Hello guys and welcome back to Leet Logics. This is the Arithmetic Subarrays problem. It is a LeetCode medium and the number for this is 1630. So in this problem, it is defined that a sequence of a number is called arithmetic if it consists of at least two elements and the difference between though every two consecutive elements is same. More formally, a sequence S is arithmetic if and only if f s of I plus 1 minus s of I equal to s of 1 minus s of 0. So this is the statement given. So let me explain in brief what is arithmetic sequence. Suppose you have a sequence of integers. So if there is a common difference between every two consecutive uh, elements of the sequence, then we say that the sequence is arithmetic. For example, if we take this sequence 1 3 5 7 9, so you see the second position minus first position is equal to third position minus second position, like 3 minus 1 equal to 5 minus 3 equal to 2. So a arithmetic sequence is any sequence in which the if you take any position element minus the previous element of that position, it will be equal to uh, the first element minus the second element minus the first element. Like the 10th element minus ninth element will be always equal to the third element minus second element equal to the second element minus the first element. So this is how arithmetic sequences. So I think now arithmetic sequences are clear in your mind. Now see, this example is not an arithmetic sequence. Why? Because see, 1 minus 1 is actually 0 and 2 minus 1 is 1. So here itself the um conditions is not met for the arithmetic sequence. Then again 5 minus 2 is 3, which is not equal to 1. So this is also not in arithmetic sequence. So what the problem is actually here? We are given with an array of n integers nums, two array of left and right range queries, and where ith query is L of I to R of I in this range, and we have to return if the given range can be arranged to form an arithmetic sequence or not. So definitely, to determine if a subarray is arithmetic sequence, we need to ensure that the difference between every two consecutive elements is the same, as I told you. So to achieve this, we can find the maximum and the minimum values in the subarray, and then the difference between the maximum and the minimum values is we check if it is divisible by the length of the subarray minus 1. Length of the subarray minus 1, then it is possible to rearrange, otherwise it is not possible to rearrange. Why I am saying this? Because suppose you have a sequence 2 2 4 6 2 4 6 8 and 10, and you are given with actually 6 as the length. So if you will divide, uh, you are given 5 as the length. So the maximum minus minimum will be 10 minus 2, that is 8, and the length is 5, so length minus 1 will be 4. So if 8 divided by 4 is divisible, which is true, so it becomes a valid arithmetic sequence, which is also true because 2 4 6 8 10 is a valid arithmetic sequence. But if you take 2 3 4 5 and suppose you take 11, so 11 minus 2 is not a 11 minus 2 mod 4, 11 minus 2 mod 4, that is 9 minus 4, 9 mod 4. So it will not be a correct arithmetic sequence. It will return false because the mod is not equal to 1. This mod max minus min divided by length minus 1. So this is the approach which we are going to use. Now let's come to the code section, but before that, do like the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new to the channel for daily problems solutions, and share it with your friends who are also coding. So today we are not going to code like the entire solution. Instead, I will show you the solution once, because otherwise the video will be too large. Instead, I will explain you one by one each and every line. So starting with the solution, we have created a list. This list is to store the final answer, and then we are iterating through the nums array, and one by one we are taking each of the queries, and we are checking the answer. The answer is calculated using is arithmetic function, and finally we return the result. The result is the list. So now let's come to what is this how is this calculated is arithmetic. How is the answer calculated for a particular query? So in a particular query, we iterate through. First of all, we define the max and the min, and then we iterate through the entire range from the left to the right. So we'll go from the left to the right, and then we'll try to find the max, then we try to find the min, and we store the max and the min of the all the values in the range. Okay, as I told you, we have to find the max and the min. Then we'll calculate the length. What is the length? So length will be right minus left plus 1. This is only the length, right minus left plus 1, right minus left plus 1. And then we have to check if the difference between the max minus min is divisible by len minus 1. So max minus min is divisible by len minus 1. If not, return false. If it is not equal to 0, return false. Otherwise, calculate the difference. Calculate the difference, and if difference equal to 0, then again return true. Because in this case, we are sure that the answer is true. Otherwise, what we can do? Create a boolean visited array. Initialize the boolean visited array, and then iterate through the subarray again. And then what we do? We calculate the position of the current element using virtually rearranged sequences. And what is this virtually rearranged sequences? This virtually rearranged sequences is value minus minimum divide modulus the difference. So value minus minimum uh, mod the difference. So if this is not equal to 0, we return false again, because the calculation what we were doing here is now virtually done here. If you are able to get this value minus minimum mod difference, so this is here. Otherwise, we check if the position is already visited. If at any point we get that there is a already visited position, then we return false, because we are returned to the same subarray twice, which cannot be possible in a sequence. We cannot take element twice unless until the difference is 0. So, and had the difference been 0, it would have been returned here only. So there is no chance of a particular element being visited twice in a sequence at this stage of the code. So it means we have to return false here also. So we return the false. Otherwise, simply turn the visited equal to true, because here we have visited. This is visited, so we put the position equal to position visited equal to true, and at the end we return true, because if it has not passed false in the entire code, it means that definitely it will be a possible arithmetic sequence. So we return true at the end. So this is how it is calculated. Now let's talk about the time complexity. The time complexity for this question is solution is m cross n, where m is the number of queries and n is the size of input, and the space complexity is O of n, because we take a visited array to return to count the to mark the visited, and also a result. So the space complexity is O of n. So this was the solution. I hope you understood the logic. If you have any doubt, please do write in the comment section. I'll try to solve it. And if you have any suggestion, please do uh, write your suggestions as well. I hope you like the video. Thank you for watching the video. Have a nice day.